Yeah, so you also mentioned that you were working on skills for the next code. What sort of things are you looking at?
Well, obviously, there's the new requirement rule for group. I think it's 2 and 3 that you've got to have
Yep.
a. In the past, it was just you've got to tick the box with whatever it is. It can be an A,
Yep.
and that'll be that. But it's now got to be a. I think it's got to be a D to get full requirement.
Yeah, so
So
if you do
rings,
an A, B, or C, you get
yeah,
3/10 for that element group, and if you do a D or
yeah,
above, you get 5/10 for it.
yes. I think rings we looked at because obviously it's 2D elements, which is your swing to strength and your strength, which is for some people was quite a big jump from doing before potentially a lifter handstand and a kipped half lever as
Yeah,
their 2 elements. So to then put 2 proper strength elements in, cross is obviously going up. So that's a C, which doesn't get you full requirement, but is still beneficial.
mm,
Yeah. Then there's the new rules on floor. Obviously, you've got finishing on double somersault.
yeah,
So working quite a lot on them and just trying to work out with obviously the lower amount of skills and routines how to maximize start value but still keep it clean and consistent. Um, so it's a bit of a blend at the minute between routine prep and skills. So yeah, it's good. And that some pieces it's just like planning and not doing it yet because when I've got a bigger chunk of time at the end of the year, I'll be much better.
yeah. Because that's mid-September, and that means that you've got what, 2 months, just under 2 months.
Yeah,
Um, which I guess is about the start of normal routine prep, but because you don't know if you're in the team or not,
yeah,
it's just sort of going to be like combinations, maybe halves. Is that sort of what you're
yeah.
looking at?
Got a we've got a trial in I think it's about the 10th of August is the trial. It's part of a camp. We've got a camp at that weekend, effectively a trial. So I've managed to keep quite a lot of my fitness from routine prep from previous comps. So I'm managing to battle through routines, but even so, it's a good starting point. Um, Probably a bit ahead of where I would be from a 8 week out perspective, but then I've got 2.5 weeks until this camp. So it's one of those where it's not a formal trial, so it's just more showing where you're at. So it's not really a pressure situation, but being a little bit ahead of it is probably a positive because I'll be a bit more ready to be putting my hand up.
Yeah, with the code, you think it's just you look at it and you see all the element values, you see everything you need to see, but like there's so much stuff that seems so obvious that they need to point out,
Yeah.
um, and they have to like cover every possible outcome and everything in the code. So it's it can be quite hard to sort of trudge through. Um, which is why you sort of need to study it, and it's like it can take a long time.
Oh yeah.
Like I've been recording these since it was middle of June, I believe. I started recording these like early June, just after British Teams, basically. So I've been recording these for a month and a half, and I still haven't
Yeah.
learned everything I need to know about it. And that's like the core focus of what this is about. Are you looking forward to this new code? Are you looking forward to trying to?
Yeah, I mean, pretty motivated after coming back from injury, back on all six. It's definitely going to be a exciting cycle. Um, See how far I can get. But yeah, I think it's worked quite well. Northern Europeans is usually about November, end of November, which would have left not much time to prepare. But I've got a solid amount of time to get cracking with some things and making sure that everything that I need is getting worked on and consolidated, ready for next year. I've not done British since 2022, so that'll be the first one in 3 years, which will be good experience, that's for sure. So yeah, looking forward to it.
It's the same with me actually, because I didn't do 2023, didn't do this year because I broke my ankle. So
Yeah.
it'll be my first one in 3 years as well.
Yeah. So yeah,
Nice.
looking forward to it. To be honest, the new code, obviously, there's some things that are a bit very different, changes routines a lot, but in general, looking forward to the changes and the ways routines will be looking differently.
Yeah. What sort of thing do you think about like because I've had mixed opinions about it. One leg balance on floor.
I was going to ask if that was still in the code.
It is.
I mean, I'm not the maker of the code. I don't make the decisions, but I don't really understand what the reasoning behind it is, if I'm honest. I think the way I'd probably sum it up is there's obviously things in the code that will favor some people, not favor others. There's some group changes, I think, on Vault, but some people
They're
changes
minor.
and some changes like that. It will benefit some people and not benefit others, or it will make gymnastics look better, more like the pirouette thing on P bars. It'll make routines flow better. I just don't really see the reasoning behind it. I'll be honest. It's not. I don't really see what we gain. I feel like it may take away from some routines, but it just seems
Yeah.
a bit strange to me that it's not included in the 8 skills. It's, well, from what I've heard anyway, it's the 9th. It's added on as a 9th skill, and then
Yeah, you don't even get credited for it.
and it's not a difficulty thing. It's not like somebody does a triple back and somebody does a full twist backwards. It's, I don't know. It doesn't seem very. It's not like a non-acrobatic where it can range from an A to a D or an E. I don't know for sure, but
I actually don't know the highest, but the highest I've seen is a D.
yeah. So it's not like that where it's something that you can work on and gain by putting into your routine. It just seems a bit of a, I don't know. I don't really see the point, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Andre about it, and he seemed to be all for it. He may have just been playing devil's advocate. I don't know. But he said at the end of a routine, when you're struggling for breath and you're about to do your last tumble, you're only allowed 2 seconds in the corner before you have to start running
Yeah.
for your last tumble. And he said doing the one leg balance allows you time to rest, to break, before you then do your next tumble. You can take up to like 5 seconds. Well, you can take however long you want, as long as you're not going over the minute and 10 that you have to do the entire floor routine in. So that was his logic behind it. And I do see that. I do understand it.
Yeah.
But the only thing I think that is, if you want to do that, cool, do it. But
maybe an
why
optional
make it
thing.
why make everyone do it?